Good evening. It's Rob Bell. This is Getting the Record Straight. It's the Truth to Power segment. It's Sunday, the 31st of May. And I'd like to say good evening. Please subscribe if you get a chance. Well, not if you get a chance, if you're watching this. Please do that. Stay safe. I know a lot of us are getting out now a little more, but still keep your mask on. Keep a safe distance, but do your thing. Start to enjoy yourself. This has been a crazy week. It's Sunday. So much madness going on, but how is that new to us in America? Actually, thought I would have two interviews. Well, I had an interview lined up. That person couldn't come on, call in today, and then I had someone else lined up. They got busy, so I thought I'd put a little something together this evening. Both of the gentlemen who were going to come on are both activists, and everybody's busy trying to make some kind of sense out of what's been going on. I don't know why that's so difficult. This is America. Part of what I've done the past few days is go back in recent history and kind of read about some of the shocking, murderous developments that took place at the hands of police. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Let me just say, thank Brother Larry Hamm again. Larry out of Newark, New Jersey, who's running for the United States Senate. We did an interview, I guess, last week. And I wanted to say again, for anyone who wants to help support Larry, I think the primary election in New Jersey is July 7th, I want to say. Of course, he's running against Cory Booker, the incumbent senator. If you want to help out Larry, you can reach him at 973-332-6195. 973-332-6195, or Larry Hamm for U.S. Senate, I believe. Let me look at that again. I have it somewhere. Oh, Hamm for Senate, and that's HAMM. Hamm for Senate, all one word, .org. HammForSenate.org. Contact him if you want to send some money, if you can get up that way and help out Election Day or before. Please do so, because Larry's a serious activist and has been talking about police brutality for damn near his whole life. And we need those kind of people in office who don't take any tea for the fever, speak truth to power. This is the Truth to Power segment. By the way, as many of you know, I put together a playlist twice a week on my YouTube channel. You can reach that at www.blackrocksoul.com, blackrocksoul.com, and there's two buttons there. One for the playlist. It says BRS playlist, and then the other button says Get Record Straight. That'll obviously bring you here. And the other one is my playlist, and I have been playing all week a lot of music that challenges, American exceptionalism, all that nonsense. So you'll hear Fela, Gary Bartz, incredible Gary Bartz, the Isley Brothers, of course, the Prophet, Gil Scott-Heron, and many others. So please, when you get some time, listen to www.blackrocksoul.com and press on the button for playlists, and that'll take you to my playlist, which is also called Black Rock and Soul. I call it Neo Soul, Urban Alternative, Music of Resistance. And you can get that at www.blackrocksoul.com. and it'll bring you here. There's a button to bring you here to see our videos, which have been going good. So again, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and let's keep this independent media thing growing because the mainstream is horrible, as many of you are seeing now. Um, so we've had most recently George Floyd murdered in Minneapolis. Now there were also 7 people shot. I think one died in Louisville, Kentucky, day before yesterday. Of course, there's a mention of it. Maybe I haven't seen hardly anything on the news about that. You had Breonna Taylor, of course, in Louisville, who was assassinated by police busting in her door in the middle of the night. And we all know about the Ahmaud Arbery murder in Georgia. Um, and people have gotten fed up, and there's been this resistance and rising up all over the country. Here in Philadelphia, Detroit, Denver, places you wouldn't even think were concerned about this have been rising up. And the media, of course, has been, well, now they've shifted things. So now it's Antifa is behind, the anti-fascist group is behind the violence, and supposedly white supremacists have intermingled into the groups. Now, there's no mention, of course, of any, kind of undercover police activity because we know they wouldn't do that. There's never been any instances of FBI or police infiltrating groups and undermining what they're doing. Although we did see a video of a guy breaking out windows in Minneapolis. I forget what that business was. There's been no investigation of that. Nobody knows who did it. Guys walking around with an umbrella, black clothes, a professional kind of gas mask. No investigation, just happened, and then we're going to speculate on who he is. It's Antifa or it's some white nationalist. I put up on Facebook that I didn't see any video of it, and one of the precincts got burned up. Never heard of that before in my life. Anything like that happening. I saw no video of anyone starting the fire. I saw plenty of video of the fire. I saw a still picture of people. I mean, it looks like they may have thrown something in the fire, but it was a still picture, so you couldn't tell whether they started it, whether they came after the fire had started. It was right by the door or entrance of the police precinct. All the police had evacuated. Again, there's no video cameras there, so you can see when these people supposedly breached the compound, if you will, the outer ring of the police precinct. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, there's no video of how the fire started. The police just jettisoned, left. There was no fire trucks, nothing. We know the police in Minneapolis started the violence the first day, tear gas, rubber bullets, and that kind of thing. It's too much. And anyway, it made me kind of look back at some things that have already gone on, for quite some time, following the Michael Brown murder, and how the police, they didn't even bring anyone to trial. They didn't indict anyone. They had a grand jury who said, in a sense, nothing went wrong. The Department of Justice under, of course, our savior, Barack Obama, Department of Justice looked at it and said, nothing went wrong. And it was a really hideous case, a disgusting case, the Michael Brown slaughter, if you will. and the Philando Castile. I mean, all of them are bad. But those two stuck out to me because they were so blatant. I mean, there wasn't any defense for the police in either case, and yet when the Philando Castile, the guy got off, the officer, they said he didn't do anything wrong. And then, of course, in the Michael Brown case, the officer wasn't even brought to trial. In the Michael Brown case, you had 5 eyewitnesses watching this. If you took out the guy, I think his name was Johnson, let's say we negate his testimony because he was a friend of Michael Brown's and was there with him during the incident. So let's take him out. There's 5 other people, I think. 4 or 5, 2 of whom are contractors working on a house in that block who watched it, and then 2 other people. So the grand jury and the Department of Justice disqualify. They don't even consider these people's testimony, eyewitnesses, all of whom said essentially the same thing, that Michael Brown had his hands up, was kind of walking back, struggling actually, because he had already been hit, towards the cop. And the cop shot him, I think, another 5 or 6 times, 4 or 5, between 4 and 6 times, after he had already been shot. I don't know. I mean, the UN, how do you just let some, I wrote on Facebook the other day, maybe 2 days ago, what did we expect? If you can do that with Michael Brown, if you could, the Castile situation where the cop flips out when Philando Castile tells the cop, I have a gun, I'm licensed to carry it, it's right here, he completely loses it. Oh, don't go for it. He says, I'm not going for it. Bam, 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 bam. He shoots him 5 times, 4 or 5 times. There's a 4-year-old girl in the back of the car. There's another cop on the other side of the car. And of course, Castile's girlfriend is sitting next to him. The cop on the other side, he's like, I don't know what happened to it. Why the guy tripped out like that. Made no sense. If you look at the video, the other cop on the other side is like jumping back like he's lost it. What's going on? He's acquitted. And the thing is, one of the jurors in the Philando Castile thing, which also happened in Minneapolis, I believe. The juror said that one of the jurors said the officer did what any officer would do. Obviously, there was another officer right there who didn't do anything like that. Oh my gosh, there's an emergency alert for some reason, and I forgot to turn off my phone. Sorry about that. So what were you going to expect? This is what people think. The jurors. The Department of Justice. In fact, they asked for the Department of Justice to investigate again under the Savior for the Philando Castile case. They're still waiting. Department of Justice looked at the Michael Brown case. 5 eyewitnesses right there. Nothing wrong. Can't do anything here. What do you expect? Martin Luther King said, the United States is the greatest purveyor of violence in the world. It still is. Take care.